Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe. In this video we're going to continue with the cardio and if we have enough time, also the strength portion of our project. But anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to go to my project folder, and as you can see, this is where we left off last time with the create workout and had it styled, and we had the one button that goes back. Now we're going to use the cardio screen to now we're going to be creating the cardio screen. So before we begin, I need to install a new package that I'm going to be using. First I need to change my directory, so I'll say cd my workout app 2. Then to verify I'm in the folder, just press ls, and as you can see, all this lines up with this. So after that, so now that I'm in my folder, what I need to do is actually first install the package. So it's going to be npm install at react-native-community/picker /save. So now that that is installed, I'm going to run the emulator. So I'll say react-native run-android. As you can see, this is our splash screen, and then it's going to take us to our home screen because we logged in the previous videos, and it's updated with a different quote. So now what we want to work on is our workout app. So we're going to press create workout, and then right now it's empty with the back button, and then we have this right here. But as you can see, we have this to date picker to check the date. And then what we're going to do is say, do you want to create a cardio, then click on the cardio button, or strength and click on the strength button. So to get started with that portion, what we need to do is create a cardio screen. So my workout stack, I'm going to say right click on the folder and say new file, call this cardio.js. Inside of my cardio, I'm going to do what we typically do with others, and say import react, and then I'm going to also import use state and use effect from react. Then I'm going to import from here, I'm going to do a text view, safe area view, button, scroll view, alert, style, sheet, and keyboard from React Native. Then I need to do the database because I want to store our values into the database. So I'm going to say import open database from React SQLite storage. And then I'm going to import async storage because I want to get the name of the user and store it there. So I'm going to say import async storage from at React Native async storage. And then lastly, I'm going to import, and then this is what we just installed, picker from be at React Native community picker. So that is the those are the modules we're importing. And then I'm going to create two functions, one to say if the database has been opened, return a success, otherwise it's going to return an error, or I'm going to create a second one that's going to say an error. So say let error cb equal, pass in the variable error. Then I'm going to console.log SQL error, and then the error which was produced. And then I'm going to have another function saying let success cb equal, and here I'm going to say console.log, oh that's supposed to be a colon, or SQL error. So then I'm just going to say console.log opened cardio database, or opened workout db for cardio. And finally, I'm going to have a variable for the database itself to say let db equal open database. And it's going to be parentheses open brace and say name. And then it's going to be what we call it our workout database. It's workout.db. And then if it's successful, I'm going to pass success CB. Otherwise, I'm going to pass error CB. And now I'm going to create my function. So I'm going to say const cardio is equal to, and then I'm going to export default cardio. And then down here I'm going to have a const styles is equal to style sheet.create, and that is my style sheet. So now that I have this here, what I need to do is, let me do a return statement. So say return, and then for the sake of right now, I'm just going to return text and say cardio.js. So now that we have this taken care of, actually I also need to put some in here. So, actually no, I don't need to. So now that we have this screen taken care of, what I need to do is link it in my main. So I'm going to go to my main right here, and inside of here, what I'm going to do is for my workout stack, I'm going to say import cardio from, and then it's going to be home stack, workout stack, cardio, and then in my workout stack navigator, I'm going to create a new screen. It's going to be workout stack.screen. Name is equal to, we'll just say, cardio. Put component is equal to create cardio. So then, now that I have this here, what I want to do now is go to my create workout. My create workout, I'm going to create another button here. So in here, I'm going to say view. Actually, no, I'm going to put it above this. So I'm going to say view. And this view is going to have the style as before. So like so. And then this one is going to be a button. The title is going to equal cardio. Color is going to equal purple. On press is going to equal this, and then it's going to go navigation dot navigate, and then it's going to say cardio. And I have to put in closing tag. So now that that's done, this is done, and this is right here. If I come here, go to my workout, create workout, as you can see, we have this right here. So I have to say cardio. I'm not taking me to my cardio. So now that we have the cardio basics taken care of, now what I want to do is create the variables that we're going to be using for our storing of the data in the database. But before I do that, what I need to do is pass in variables to my function, because I'm passing in my create workout the and then I forgot to put, so in here, so in my navigation, if you want to pass in variables that you're storing, so as you can see, we have our date right here. So what we want to do is come to our navigation, and after this, in parentheses or quote, put a comma, then put open close braces, and then I'm going to pass in the variable date, and it's going to be new date. And that's the variable that we have right here. So we're passing in the variable to our cardio screen because I want to get the date, and because of that, in my cardio, what I need to do is pass in the navigation because I'm navigating back after I'm done making the screen, and I'm going to pass in root because root is what stores the data being passed in from create workout. So now that that's done, what I'm going to do is create variables for the data storage. And for this, what I want to do is just basically go to where I had my workout.js and where I have my cardio right here. I want to give variables for each and every one of these things, except for the user token and main to cardio. So I'm going to say let cardio group set cardio group equal use state and then I'm going to have the next one be let cardio muscle set cardio muscle equal use state. Then I'm going to say let cardio duration set cardio duration equal use state. And then I'm just going to, because I really don't feel like creating each line every time, so I'm going to say, I'm going to press Shift Alt and then do this for the duration type, the resistance type, distance type, calories, heart rate type, the token. So in here, I'm doing my duration type. Then I'm doing my resistance, so I'm going to say, click on here, press Control D, and say resistance. And then I'm going to click on here, Control D, resistance type. And then I'm going to be doing the distance, so I'll say distance, and distance type. Then I'm going to be doing the calories, so I'll do calories, and then the calorie, then the heart rate, say heart rate. And then I am going to do the heart rate type, so heart rate type. And the last one is going to be the user token, so I'm going to say user token, and set user token. So now that we have the variables taken care of, what we need to do now is first get the data from our async storage that I'm using for the token, so that it can be be used to join later on. So what I'm going to say is create a function. I say const get async data is equal to async, then do open close parentheses because this is a asynchronous function. Say try. Then in here I'm going to say async.getItem. Then we have this stored as user token, so that's what I'm going to retrieve. I'm going to get a function which is going to be passing in errors and results. So I'll say if there aren't any errors, oh, my bad. There we go. If there aren't any errors, and then if the result is not null, console.log user token plus result. And here I'll say retrieve successfully. And then I'm going to say .then, and then I'm going to have the user token be a set user token passing in the user token. So I'm going to set our user token. Otherwise, I'm going to say catch error console.log error. So if we are successful in getting the user token, then it's going to set it. Otherwise, it's going to throw an error. Now, what I need to do is have this run once. So I'm going to say use effect. And inside of here, I'm simply going to call our function. So I'll say get async data. Now, for the data to be stored inside our database, we need to create a function to have it, when the submit button is pressed, we need to have a function that's triggered so that it can store all the data that is in our fields. So I'm going to say let input cardio workout equal, and then it's going to be an arrow function, and I'll say if, and I'm going to say there is no cardio duration. I'm going to put an alert to say please fill cardio duration, and then I'm going to simply return. And because I'm doing this for each and every variable, every entry field, I'm just going to copy and paste this multiple times. So Control C, actually you know what, I'm just going to highlight this, Alt Shift, I'm going to do it for the resistance, the distance, the calories, the heart rate. Because these are going to be entry fields, because the types are going to be based on a drop-down menu. So for here, I'm going to have the cardio resistance, then I'm going to have the cardio distance, and I just press Control B and it filled that in. Then I'm going to have the cardio calories, and then I'm going to have the heart rate type. Cardio heart rate. And after that, what I need to do is create a user token for so after that, what I need to do is create a unique user token that will be used for joining tables, so that we can join for the editing, removing, and data analysis. So to do this, what I'm going to do is actually go to my sign up screen, and in my sign up screen I'm just going to take this function right here that I have, copy this and put it right here in my cardio. It's the same function, so just function generate token length, then you have the string A through Z, both lowercase, uppercase, and then numeric 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Then we're splitting it, then it's going to give out a random string for length for the length passed in, and then it's going to return that string. So that will be a unique identifier for the specific date which the person chooses to use. So then what I'm going to do is create a variable to have this function store this result. So I'm going to say let main to cardio, because that's the name that we had inside our create workout. So our workout actually is called main to cardio. So I'm saying let main to cardio is equal to generate token, and I'm passing it in a length of 64-bit. So now what I want to do is take the data and store it into our database. So I'm going to say db.transaction function txn. Inside of here, I'm going to have a multi-line string, so I'm going to say let create SQL statement is equal to, then on the tilde key, I'm going to press the tilde key. It's so I can have multiple lines. I'm going to say insert into workout underscore cardio, open close parentheses. Then I'm going to pass in the variables workout underscore dates, cardio underscore muscle underscore group, cardio underscore muscle, the cardio underscore duration, the cardio underscore duration underscore type, cardio underscore resistance, then the resistance type, so cardio underscore resistance underscore type. Then I'm going to have the cardio underscore distance, and the cardio underscore distance underscore type, the calories burned, so cardio underscore calories underscore burned. I'm going to have the cardio underscore heart underscore rate, and the heart rate type, so cardio underscore heart rate type, the user underscore token, and then finally main to cardio. And I can just close parentheses that, and then I'm going to store them into values. In my values, I'm going to have a question mark for everything here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let me certify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have to verify this because SQLite will not give you any error statements other than very vague things. So now I have my create statement taken care of. I'm going to now execute it. So I'll say txn.execute SQL. I'm going to say create SQL statement. Then I'm going to pass in first my date. So because this is passed in through create workout, if you come here to where I have it root, that's going to be what is going to be used to pass in the data. So I'll say root.params.date, because that is the name that I gave it. Date is equal to new date. So root.params.date, date. Then I'm going to put in cardio group, then the cardio muscle, cardio duration, the cardio duration type, the cardio resistance, and then the resistance type. And then I'm going to do the cardio distance. And then the distance type. So date, group, muscle, duration, duration type, resistance, resistance type, distance, distance type, then we'll do the calories burned. So I'm going to say cardio calories, the cardio heart rate, and the cardio heart rate type, and the user token, and finally main to cardio. I'm going to put a comma after this last close bracket, and then I'm going to put, say, txn, comma results. And then I'm going to put if the results dot rows affected is greater than 0. So if there was something, if everything went okay, then I'll say console.log then I'll say cardio inserted. Let me capitalize cardio. Otherwise, I'm going to say else console.log. Inside my console.log, I'll say cardio not inserted. And then what I want to do is take this and then put this into my main workout, because I have two of them here. I have my main workout right here, which has my cardio, my user token. So I want to store the data in my cardio also in my main workout. So I'm going to say db.transaction function txn. I'm going to say let create SQL statement equal to, and I'm going to say insert into main underscore workout. I'm going to put workout underscore date, cardio underscore ID, then user underscore token. So, then I need to put in the values. So I'll say values 1, 2, 3, because it has to match these three things. Okay, just making sure I didn't have a comma after that. So I'm going to say txn.execute SQL, and in here I'm going to say create SQL statement, and then I'm going to pass in 3 parameters. So first it's going to be root.params.date, then it's going to be main to cardio, and lastly user token. And then I'm going to have after this txn results. I'm going to say if results dot rows affected is greater than 0. I'm going to put an alert, so I'll say alert dot alert. Here I'm going to say success. Cardio submitted successfully. And I'll have an array open close bracket with open close braces. I'm going to say text. Okay. I'm going to have it, if this is successful, I'm going to have it navigate back to our workout screen where it says, where it has the CRUD screens on it. So I'm going to say on press and say navigation.navigate, and then in here I'm going to navigate to our main screen. So if I go to my main, it's going to be called Let's Work Out. So under my cardio, I'm going to say navigation.navigate to, and then Let's Work Out. So we're going to add a comma after that statement, after the close brace, and then after this closed bracket, and then in here I'm going to pass in cancelable and say false. And then after this bracket, I'm going to put else. So if for some reason it wasn't successful, it's going to say console.log. And then here I'll say the cardio info not inserted. And I'm going to put capital C. So then I'm going to put closed, just put the colons there, and that's it for this function. And now what we get to do is take all of this and create the fields to store the data into our database. So we're going to now work on the screen itself. So I'm going to start off by having a safe area view. Inside of my safe area view, I'm going to have a view for the main area to keep things nice and even, spaced evenly. Then I'm going to put a scroll view. And here I'm going to put keyboard should persist taps is equal to handled. And then I'm going to start off by having a back button. So in case someone taps on this but they didn't mean to go to the cardio screen, I'm going to have a view. Inside of my view, I'm going to put a button. So say title is equal to back. The color is equal to purple. And then I'm going to put on press equals, and then I'm going to have navigation dot go back. So then if I come here, as you can see, we have our back button. And then what I'm going to do now is create a view for the cardio group. So then I'm going to say view. Inside of here, I'm going to put a text. And in here, I'm going to say select cardio group. And put a view here. And this is going to be for the picker. So in here I'm going to put my picker. Then I'll say selected value. And I'm going to have the selected value initially be set to my cardio group. My cardio group right here. So I'm going to pass in the variable cardio group. And then I'm going to have the onChange value, on value change. Sorry. And in here I'm going to pass in the variable item value, item index. Then in here I'm going to have it set cardio group be the item value. So let's see here. Oh, I don't need this open close brace right here. It's just one. So that is my picker. And now what I need to do is have a drop-down menu of the various items that I want to have stored for the group. So in here I'm going to say picker.item. Then I have a label equal. So this is going to be the first one. So it's going to be low intensity long duration. The value is going to equal the same thing. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it here, and this is self-enclosed tag. And I'm going to have 7 more of these. So I'm going to press Alt-Shift and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more, because there's 7 total. My apologies. And now it's in Russian. Back to English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just verifying it's all there. So then the next one, I'm going to copy this, press Control D, and in here I'm going to put medium intensity, medium duration, and then I'm going to copy this, press Control D, and I'm going to put high intensity short duration. And you can come up with all these yourself. I found these online, so that's where I'm getting my resource from. But there's people break things down different ways, but these are just the 7 basic ones that I thought would be good for this project. Anyways, so the next one I'm going to do is aerobic interval training. Then the next one is going to do an aerobic interval training. Then I'm going to have the fartlek training or speed play. And then the last one is going to be circuit training. So if I save this, and then if I come here, now as you can see it's not styled, but if we click on this arrow right here, it gives us our drop-down menu that we have. So by default the cardio group, the selected value is going to be the cardio group, but I actually haven't stored that data yet. Cardio group is equal to an empty string, so let me change that now. So my first label, because it is low intensity long duration, I'm going to have that by the default, because again, by default the first item is going to be here. So I need to make sure that this variable, this string, is also the default for my cardio group, so that if the person decides not to change this and keep it as is, our database will have something stored inside of it, not an empty string. So that is it for our picker. Next, what we want to do is the cardio muscle, which is basically the same thing. So if you want, you can copy paste this code right here, but I'm going to type it out. So in here I'm going to have a view, and then in here I'm going to have text. Then in here I'm going to say select cardio muscle. Then I'm going to have a view for the picker, and then in here I'm going to have a picker with the selected value equal to cardio muscle the on value change is going to be equal to, and that's going to be item value, item index, and that's going to be set, it's going to be set cardio muscle, and it's going to be passed in the item value. So then inside of my picker, what I'm going to have is a picker dot item, and the label is going to equal upper back. The value is also going to be equal to upper back. Self and close tag, and I'm going to do this for the infraspinatus, the triceps, middle back, lower back, gluteus maximus, hamstring group, and calf. So I'm going to just copy this code, and I'm going to put the infraspinatus, then I'm going to also have this for the triceps, as well as the middle back, then the lower back, then the gluteus maximus, and the hamstring group, and finally the calf. Now, there are more muscles obviously that you can be doing, but these are kind of like the basics that I found that kind of just work, so I'm going to keep it at that. I'm just making sure this is all spaced evenly. That's why. Much better. Okay, so now that that's spaced evenly, next I'm going to have it for our duration. So I'm going to put a view, and here I'm going to put text, and just simply type duration. Yes, but before I do this, because our selected value is a cardio muscle, what I have to do is come up to the top again to where my variables are. Under my cardio muscle, I have to put the upper back, because if I come back here, as you can see, we have the drop down menu now for upper back, infraspinatus, so on and so forth. So I want to make sure that our variable by default is stored in here, just in case the user decides not to change it. So now that I have the anaerobic, or the cardio group, and the cardio muscle, what I'm going to do is for the duration, the text, and then in here what I'm going to have is a view, and in this view I am going to have in this view I'm going to have a I need to input this first. It's text input. So after keyboard right here, I'm going to put text input. So put in here text input. Then for here I'm going to have the underline color Android equal transparent, and then I'm going to have the placeholder equal duration, the keyboard type equal numeric, because this is an integer or a numeric number, and have the place text hold color equal to black. I'm going to have the on submit editing equal to keyboard.dismiss. I'm going to have the on change text equal to cardio duration set set cardio duration to cardio duration. And let me just space that. So if I come back here, if I tap on here where it says duration, I'm going to style this a little bit later at the end, but if you tap on here, you can now type in numbers. So, and then press submit, just close the keyboard. So then after the duration, what we need to do now is a duration type. So I'm going to put view. Here I'm going to have text duration type. Then in this I'm going to have a view, and in here I'm going to have a picker, where it's going to be the selected value is equal to, and then it's going to be the cardio duration type because it's a drop down menu. Then I have the on value change equal to item value, item index, and then I'm going to have this here just be set cardio duration type to item value. And then for the picker, I'm going to have in here a picker.item label equal seconds, and then the value is also going to equal seconds. Then I'm just going to be doing this 2 more times for minutes and hours. So under seconds, I'm going to switch the second one to minutes, and then hours. So then if I come back to my screen, as you can see, now we have seconds, minutes, hours, upper back, and aerobic, and because this is a drop-down menu, I need to make sure that my default values are the same. So if I go to my cardio duration type, which is right here, and just type in that, so that it matches our first value, in case the user decides not to change it. Now I'm going to be doing the same thing as I did with the duration for resistance. So in here I'm going to put a view, and then in here I'm going to put text, and this text is going to say resistance. And then I'm going to have basically what I did here for my text input. So a view and then a text input. So in my view, there's not going to be anything there. But for my text input, instead of it saying duration, it's going to say resistance. It's still going to be numeric, still going to be black. Instead of cardio duration, it's going to be cardio resistance, and then it's going to be set cardio resistance. So cardio resistance, cardio resistance, cardio resistance. Save this, come here, resistance, and numerical value, type in some number, press OK, keyboard goes away. So now that this is done, what we need to do is the resistance type. So I'm going to have a view. In this view, I'm going to have text for the resistance type. And I'm going to have a view. In this view, I'm going to have a picker with the selected value equal to cardio resistance type. the on value change is going to be equal to the item value, item index, and then I'm going to have set cardio resistance type equal to the item value. Now, and that's it for the picker. Now we need to put in the labels. So here I'll say picker.item, and then we have label equal the first one, because I'm an American, I'm going to put pounds. You could probably put LBS if you wanted to, and then put value equal to pounds LBS. And then I'm going to do this 2 more times. So in the second one, these are just fun ones. So stone is a British It's 14 pounds is 1 stone. And then we're going to have gallons. And actually we're going to have one more, which actually after pounds I'm going to put thank you. I'm going to put kilograms, and then put it kg. So we have pounds for the people in the USA, then we have kilograms for everybody else in the world, stone for the Brits, and then gallons just because I wanted to have more variety. So now that we have this, we need to make sure that our selected value is equal to our first label. So in my cardio resistance type, I'm going to put in this. And now what we need to do is go for the distance. So there's going to be view, and here I'm going to have text distance, and I'm going to have a view, and here I'm going to have text input. Let me actually just get rid of that. So in here I'm going to have the placeholder equal to distance, the keyboard type equal to numeric, the placeholder text color equal to black, the onSubmit editing equal to keyboard.dismiss, and then the onChange text is equal to cardio distance, arrow function set cardio, or return set cardio distance to the cardio, no, set cardio distance equal to cardio distance. So after that, what we need to do, let's save this, come down here, now we have our distance, and now what we need to do is the type of distance. So I'm going to have a view. In this view I'm going to have text, and put distance type, and I'm going to have a view. In this view I'm going to put a picker, and have selected value is equal to cardio distance type. Then I have the on value change is equal to the item value, comma, item index, and I'm going to return a set cardio distance type is equal to item value. So then inside of my picker, I'm going to have here picker.item. The label is going to be feet, ft, and the value is also going to be feet, ft. Then we have one for miles, meters, and kilometers, so copy this, Control D, miles, I think it's just M for miles. Then I have meters, and then kilometers, whoops, I meant kilometers, km. So we have feet, miles, meters, and kilometers, and I think actually mile is MIL if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'll put MIL so that it doesn't confuse people. But yes, so that is the distance. Save this, come here, now we have feet, feet, miles, meters, and kilometers. So now that we have that taken care of, what we need next is the calories. So I'm going to have a view here, and here I'm going to have text, or simply say calories. Then I'm going to have, just like before, a view. In this view I'm going to have text input, and in here I'm going to have the placeholder equal to calories. But before I do this, what I need to do is come back here and make sure that my distance type is selected for the first label. So let me go up to my distance type. And make sure that it is set to the default value. Okay. So continue on with our calories. Placeholders obviously calories. The keyboard type is going to be numeric because this is an integer value essentially. We'll have placeholder text color is equal to black. The on submit editing is equal to keyboard.dismiss. And we have on change text is equal to cardio calories. And then I want to return the set cardio calories to cardio calories. So let's make sure that that worked. So as you can see, my scroll view is now working, except, yeah, our scroll view is now working, so we have calories here. So that all works. So then after my calories, what I want to do is the heart rate and the heart rate type. So I'm going to create a new view. In this view, I'm going to put text is equal to the heart rate. You can probably put a space there if you want. Then I'm going to have a view. Inside this view, I'm going to have a text input. My text input. Oh, I was not consistent. 1 second. Sorry, this is a. I tried to make my code consistent across all boards. Let me make sure I have the text input. Okay. I just got lazy back then. Okay. So in my text input, it's going to be the placeholder is equal to heart rate. And actually, I'm going to, the heart rate. Then I'm going to have the keyboard type equal numeric, the placeholder text color is equal to black, the on submit editing is equal to keyboard dot dismiss, and the on change text is equal to, in here, it'll be cardio heart rate. Then we're going to pass in here set cardio heart rate is cardio heart rate. Then after the heart rate, what we need is the type. So then I'm going to put a view here, text, say heart rate type. Then I'm going to have a view, and here I'm going to have a picker. The selected value is equal to cardio heart rate type. The on value change is equal to item value, comma, item index. And then what I want to have it do is set cardio heart rate type to cardio heart rate type. Item value. Item value. So then inside my picker, I'm going to have a picker dot picker dot item, and then it's going to be label is equal to seconds value is also equal to seconds. Then we do minutes and hours, so minutes and then hours. And then after this, I'm going to have, well, let me make sure this works. So I come here, heart rate, so it all looks good so far. And then my last one I want is the submit button. So if everything worked well, I'm going to have a view. In this view, I'm going to have a button. The title is equal to submit. The color is equal to purple. And then the on press is equal to input cardio workout. So this function that we made earlier. And because buttons are self-enclosing, you just have to have a self-enclosed tag. So then now, if I just press submit, it should say, please fill in the cardio duration type, or cardio duration. And I just realized that I did not set my heart rate type default value, so I'm going to copy seconds, come up here to where my type is, and put in seconds. So for all the types, we just make for all the pickers, we just make sure that there are default values so that our database doesn't come back empty. So now that our view is done, now what we want to do is style this and make this look pretty, because it looks really ugly right now. So to begin, I'm going to create a variable main area, and here I'm going to say align content to the center, the justify content to the center, and then the background color to be salmon. Then the main area is going to be for the first view that we had. So come up here. Style is equal to styles dot main area. Save this, and now as you can see, it's coming along together just a little bit more nicely. But we still want to make the section good as well. So then I want to have next the back button, because that's up top. So I'd say after here, put a comma, say back button, and we just put align self to be center, margin top to be 15, width to be 200, the height to be 40, and then the margin bottom to be 15. Copy this, and then we go back up here to where I have my, oh, whoops, too far. Back button, so in here, and we put style is equal to styles dot back button. Save this. So now if we don't want to create something, we actually just go back, and now it takes us back to the main menu. Go to cardio, so that works. So then for my scroll view, I just want to put a call this scroll view style, and I just want to have this flex grow be 1. So come up here, after my handled, put style is equal to styles dot scroll view style, and that just makes things put into, yeah, that looks good so far. So now I want is to, because for my pickers and everything, they're pretty much the same across the board, so I'm going to create a generic styling for every picker. So in here, I'm going to come down to my, after my scroll view, and I'm going to put in here my view styles, and here I'm going to have the align self be center, the margin top is going to be 15, the width is going to be 350, the height is going to be 110, border radius is going to be 10 because I want these expanded. The background color is going to be white. So then for the view styles, that's going to be for all of the views that we have for our all of our views for this. So every grouping that we have, that's going to be for the view itself. So let's say style is equal to styles dot view styles. So I come here, now as you can see, it looks just a little bit better. So I'm going to do this for every main grouping here. So now as you can see, we have each, everything looks just a little bit more nice, and yeah, it just looks a bit more nice and clean. So then for the view styles, what I want to do is get the titles. So I'll say text titles, and here I'm going to put a margin top of 5, align self of center, a text align of center, font size of 20, font weight of bold, the font family be Arial because it's generic, and then the color is going to be black. So then for all of the titles, I want to have the style is equal to styles.text titles. So if we come take a look at this, see it's kind of bold, center, it kind of catches your attention. That's what I was hoping to have. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it for all the titles now. Back here, see, so it kind of catches your attention. And then now I want to do is the picker views. I want to stylize the pickers to be more spaced evenly, so I'll say picker view. And here I'm going to have a height of 50, a width of 300, margin top of 5. Align self is going to be center, a background color of pink, a border radius of 10, and a margin bottom of 7. So then for all the pickers that I have, all the views for the pickers, I'm going to have that set. So let me come up here. And for my picker view, I'll say style is equal to styles.pickerView. Come in here, and as you can see, it looks more nice and neat. So now for my pickers, I'm going to do that. Make sure I didn't screw something up. Okay, there. Input, here's a picker, another picker, another picker, another picker, and that should be it for all my pickers. Yep. And I want to style the pickers themselves, so I'm going to put here picker styles and have a height of 50, a width of 300, align self of center, border radius of 10, border color of gold, and then a border width of 1. So then for all the pickers, I want to come back and give them this style themselves. So the picker, I'll put style is equal to styles.picker styles. So if I come back up here, yeah. let me refresh this, and then I will see. Great workout, cardio, and yeah. So there's that. So the next, what we want to do is have a style for the numbers. So for this, I'm going to have it's going to be for the text inputs. So then after this, I'm going to put number style and have a height of 50, a width of 300, background color be pink, border radius of 10, align self be center, the font size is going to be 16, text align is going to be left, and then the font weight is going to be bold, the padding left is going to be 7, and then the margin bottom is also going to be 7. And then what I also need to do is create a style for the view that the text inputs in. So here I'm going to say number style view. Let me put a comma there. I'm going to say margin left is going to be 35. The margin right is 35, and then the margin top is going to be 10. So number style view for the view that the number text inputs in. So let's see here. Control F, text input. So I'm going to have style is equal to styles dot number style view. So 1. Style is equal to, let's copy this, 2, three, just making sure they're all there. Yep, they are. So if I save this, now as you can see, they're kind of more centered. And then I'm going to now get the text input view, which I put for the number style for the text input view. So for here, I'm going to say style is equal to styles dot number style. And so now as you can see, this is what our drop-down menu looks like. The text is bold. We have our heart rate, so we can click here, type that, and then we have this. But we still have one more style, and that is for the button. But just like the back button we have at the top, where our submit button is going to have the same style. So in my so just going to copy this right here, and I'm going to put this in my view like so. Save it. So now, as you can see, we have everything good to go for our cardio. So if I want to put anaerobic or low, oh, that's why. My mistake. That was a I missed that. So then if I come here, anaerobic, low intensity, there we go. Let me make sure all this works. Yeah, that's just a small little error bug, my apologies. So now I'm going to have the aerobic interval, I'm going to have the lower back, the duration is going to be 75 minutes of this. Press done. My resistance is going to be 45 pounds. Yeah, 45 pounds. The distance is be 1.5. Actually, it's going to be 20 miles. No, that's unreasonable. It'll be 5 miles. The calories burned, I'm just going to put in 500. The heart rate, I'll say is, it's actually 65, no, 76. Then the heart rate type, beats per minute. So 76 per minute. And actually, I need to fix that, because it is supposed to be singular because it's beats per minute, second, hour. So I'm just going to put second, minute, hour. Then copy this and go back up here. There we go. So it just reset everything. So let me just review that. Aerobic of the lower back, the duration was 72 minutes. Resistance 45. Actually, I don't need to change that. So pounds. Distance was 6 miles. Calories 500. Heart rate 72. Beats per second, minute, hour. I'm going to put beats per minute. Beats per second. Press submit. Say cardio submitted successfully. If we come here, let's say cardio inserted, and now we have our user token that's generated for all of that. Press OK. That takes us back to our create workout menu, and now we have our cardio workout submitted successfully. In the next video, I'm going to be doing the strength, because this video is long as is, and I want to bore you guys too much. So to end, what we need to do, like always, is submit the changes to our GitHub. So I'm going to close out of this, close out of this, then make sure that's closed. Open up the GIT commands, just so you all can see them. And as usual, it's going to be git add star, git commit -m, and we say added added cardio workout screen with database insertion. After the commit, all we have to do is push, so git push --set -u origin master. So it's updating all of that, updated successfully. So if I go here to the project, go to the master, and as you can see, if we click on here, it gives us all the changes. So we added a picker, we added this entire screen with 416 lines of code. So it is all here. Well, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until then, I hope you guys stay safe.